Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I happen to have my friend Margaret Murphy visiting, and she's got her guide dog Percy with her. And I just thought we'd do a wee quick thing because obviously we've both got different experiences. I was born with my eye condition, grew up not knowing any different, and Margaret grew up with sight and started losing it later on in life. So I just thought we'd have a little natter. So Margaret, can you tell me maybe about when you first noticed that there was something different, maybe when you went to the doctors?
Well, when I've noticed for my sight getting really bad, I've always wore glasses when I was 5. I started school, and so I've known my eyesight hasn't been. I've never had 20/20 vision, never been able to read the full chart or anything like that. But I didn't think my sight was as bad as what it was, even when I was a teenager and I couldn't see as well in the dark. I just thought my pals could see a wee bit better. I didn't think they could see more better than I was. However, when I was 39, I went to opticians because I was working in a care home at the time. I was doing medication, and I found that I was struggling to read the writing and things. I thought, right, I need to get new glasses. So I went, and while I was there, I happened to say that I wasn't noticing people coming up at the side of me. And I was in the care home, and I thought, it's quite weird. Still thinking, get a new pair of glasses and that'll be it. So she checked my eyes and then said that there was something going on, that I would need to go and see my doctor. She couldn't refer me. So I've seen my doctor, got referred to the hospital, was in the next week, and through all the big tests and that they do in there. And that's when I found out I had retinitis pigmentosa.
It's a mouthful, you did that well.
That I'm the only one in my family with it, because everybody else get tested, so I'm the only one with it.
Okay.
And that I should be registered blind. So that was at 39. It was a big hit to me. I mean, I can still. It was 25th of May 2005, 20 past 2 in the afternoon when I get told that.
Wow, you remember it?
I remember it like death. Yeah. It's like a death. It's reminding us saying to me it'll be grief, and it is like grief that you go through, and I grieve for all the sight that I had lost, and I grieve for the sight that I continue to lose. And what they said is that I will lose my sight to where I'll see the shape of someone standing in front of me and lights, but I won't see detail.
Okay.
So what happens is I now have tunnel vision. I have no side vision whatsoever, and it's coming in from the side and in because it's my retina's getting covered by black spots, which is the pigmentation, obviously.
Yeah.
So it comes from the side in. So I'll go down to where it'll be like looking for a straw at some point. Now everybody I see is like halos, like a circle round about their head I can see. So if somebody dance naked next to me, I wouldn't see them dancing naked next to me because I haven't got the ability to see, it's just not there.
Right. Okay. So what made you go for a guide dog then?
Well, when I found out about my sight, they gave me the sighted cane, which was the wee cane that you carry in front of me, and I just felt that just wasn't any good to me. You know, I thought, I don't like that. So I learned the long white cane then. So I did 6 weeks training with it, got my long white cane, found it helpful to start with. I found, right, okay, I'm not falling over things, and I'm not going into a shop and hitting one basket at the beginning of the aisle and landing in the other aisle. I want to buy something at the beginning. So I did that, and then it got I was struggling with my own mental health and things, like being blind, struggling to accept it.
Right.
At that point, get about myself, and I had some experience where people had said nasty things to me, just different things, and I thought I wasn't really leaving the house unless I had one of the kids with me. I was only going like around my local area, places that I knew. As long as I had somebody with me, I was fine. But I didn't want to go shopping and things like that myself.
Right.
I wanted one of the kids with me. And my wee Chucky died. He was 14, and we had Kyra left, and Kyra was pining for Chucky, and so was I. And I said, you know, I think we'll go and get another dog. Mum will go to Dog's Trust or something like that and see about getting another dog. And it was the kids said to me, Mum, why don't you try for a guide dog again? Because I'd went through it 4 or 5 years before, but I was guiding the guide dog at that point. And I thought, all right, okay, I'll put in for one. And that's why I decided to go for another guide dog at that point.
was it Percy you were offered first of all, or were you offered any other dogs?
No,
first?
it was Percy. They took me out with a black dog, small black dog, and I said, no, I think I need a bigger dog. So they came with Percy and took me out with Percy, and it just felt so natural, and yeah, I enjoyed being out with him. I felt safe with him straight away. I felt safe with him, and I knew it was Percy I wanted, and luckily I got him.
No, he's a cracker. Just for a bit of background, Margaret and I trained together. That's how we met. Percy and my dog Quest were obviously classmates. We were both trained by the same trainer, and we've done very well. We've been very, very lucky with the dogs that we've got. I think another thing I was going to ask you was obviously you've got children, you've got
Yes.
grandchildren.
Yes.
How do they cope with gran losing?
At first, when I first found out about it, my family struggled. My friends, my family struggled, my kids. And it was trying to understand, I think the reality of that was registered blind and that I would lose my sight, that reality kicking in to them. My family felt guilty as well because as a child, I was clumsy. I mean, I went to mainstream school and did college and all that as well. And I think they felt because we thought it was my ears when I was a kid, and what the doctor, the consultant said, no, not your ears, it was your sight that made you clumsy. You couldn't see things. So my family felt guilty about like ripping me up when I was a kid and things like that. And I said, look, don't feel guilty, and please don't wrap me in cotton wool because that's not how I want to be. I'm still me. You can still take a joke with me and laugh with me and that as well. I can still take it because I'll do the same back to you. My kids struggled, obviously. There was mum, and I think they seen mum vulnerability at that point because I had been such a strong person. I brought them up myself with 3 kids.
Yeah.
And I think they now seen mum as being vulnerable and thought, oh wow, this was a difference for them. My grandson was 2 at the time. My granddaughter had just been born. She was months old at the time. So my grandkids have grown up with gran having sight loss.
Okay,
So it's not been anything new to them. We don't think anything about it. Percy's just Percy. You know, he's not some special dog to them. He's just Percy. And that's it. What they do is they'll read things out to me. Sometimes I need to say, well, go and tell me what colour it is or describe it to me. They'll put things in my hand as well. You know, I say, no, I can't see it. Put things in front of my face. It's too close to me. I need to move it back. So it's just them remembering because they can forget at times because I move about so well as well in the house and that as well, so they can forget. And then I've got to remind them, say, no, I can't see it. But they're really good at adapting and just going along with it. I'm lucky that none of my siblings have it, none of my kids have this, and none of my grandkids. So I'm the only one have it, which in a way I'm pleased about because I wouldn't want anybody else that I love to be losing their sight. However, it's very lonely being the only one as well because unlike you had your brother and your dad, so you had them there. Whereas I didn't have that support then when I found out because there wasn't anybody else. But saying that was 39, so my mum and dad weren't here anymore. And it's just, you know, the way it's worked out. You've both been carriers and passed it on to me, and unfortunately I'm the 1 out of 5 that got it.
I mean, I get what you mean because I mean, obviously, I was brought up. My dad was totally blind. I was brought up, and my friends used to say to me, "Look, you know, how does your dad do that? Because he can't see." And I was like, "What do you mean my dad can't see? You know, because he got about okay." And like you say, my brother had exactly the same sight condition as me, and we knew no different. So yeah, I did wonder how it was from your point of view. Yeah.
I was working when I got diagnosed. I was only 2 weeks into a new job.
Wow.
And had to then go in and say to my boss, I've now been told I have retinitis pigmentosa. I will lose my sight. I don't know how it's going to affect my work. I need to be registered. They want to be registered me blind because the level that I have lost. And what she said to me was, doesn't matter. She's fully supported me all the way through that. As did the people I worked for at that point. The only thing was I was a night shift worker and I started to struggle to try and see at night at times. You know, things weren't it's clear, but my mental health was going downhill as well, and I was struggling to accept it. So I worked there 2 years and then had to give it up. I just couldn't do it. It just wasn't working out for me. So I had to give up work then. And that was hard, because that was a job that I had went to college and that to get that sort of job. It was my ideal job. I worked with mums and the babies in supported accommodation, so that was quite hard. And I had to give that up. That was really hard.